Hi everybody, this is Ches
And Lulu?
from Retro Nirvana Gaming, and today we're doing an anniversary episode about the Nintendo Switch. And so it has now been 7 years since the launch of the Nintendo Switch console. So we're going to take a look at the consoles themselves. We're going to talk about our collection with over 500 Switch games. And we're also going to tell you a little bit about the games we enjoy the most, and also about the launch games. So here we go. There were two at the beginning. There was the original gray model, which was my first one I got at launch. And then there was the one with the red and blue Joy-Cons. So these were the only two options at the beginning. Later on, they also came out with a Mario Kart 8 bundle, and this one had the full game download, and it also had 3 months of Nintendo Switch Online. It was actually a really cool box. The back looks really cool with Mario and Bowser fighting it out on the track there. And so those were for a long time like the only ones we had until the Switch OLED came out. So this was much more recent. I'd say within the last 2 years or so. So we had the white one that came out around the time of Metroid Dread. It actually looks really awesome with the white Joy-Cons. I'm a big fan of that console. And then of course our latest one that we got was the Tears of the Kingdom OLED. And so obviously I love that console. And over 7 years now we've gotten basically like 5 Switches. So
The only one we don't have is we don't have the Animal Crossing one, so there's that.
Right, there's an Animal Crossing. There is actually a lot of special editions. There's like a Splatoon 3 one, there's a Diablo one. There's probably like 20 or 30. There's a Dragon Quest one that's very rare in Japan. And so this is just a small sampling of like the ones we have. Obviously we're very lucky to even just have 5 like this. Do we really need 5? No, but we are collectors, so we enjoy having several consoles just in case one stops working. And so far no problems with any of these. All the Joy-Cons seem to work pretty well, and we mostly only play with the Pro Controller.
Okay, so let's talk about some accessories that are available for the Switch. And one of our favorite is the Pro Controller. So this is awesome. It's so very comfortable to maneuver, and it just feels very solid. It's such a great quality controller. We have the regular Pro Controller, and we also have the Splatoon Pro Controller. I like this one, but I also like the PS5. They are very close actually for comfort when you're playing for long hours. They're both of them are very comfortable to play with. So we also have these boxed because over the years we were able to get a lot of these from Goodwill for a good price. And we just pick them up every time we see them. They come from Target. They're labeled as defective, but they're not really defective. And they are really like half the price usually at the Goodwill. And then of course we have the Joy-Cons. So we have the different colored Joy-Cons. There's other ones available right now. They come out with like different special editions too, like the ones we couldn't get a hold of. A lot of the Zelda editions, and then they have like the pastel ones now.
Yeah, and then there's
are really cool.
There's like the Mario ones too that have like Mario on the side of the box here, but I think they're like regular controllers. They just have Mario on the box, so it's actually kind of cool.
And red.
Yeah, they have blue and red ones. They have the pastel ones. They have a whole bunch. I mean, there's probably like there's tons of different variations of the Joy-Cons.
Yep. And then you probably find this much more handy than me, the car charger, because you play the Switch more on the go. I play it more at home. So this is very handy to have the car charger.
Yeah, and actually you can charge a regular cell phone as well if you have USB-C in your car. So
that's nice. Very handy. And then the last thing is the AC adapter.
Yeah, AC adapter, which everybody obviously needs, especially if you're traveling and you want to just charge it without a dock, and you just want to charge only the handheld on its own.
And those we found at Goodwill is also, because if you see these at Goodwill, just pick them up because they're a good price and you will definitely need them.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the launch of the Switch. Obviously everybody knows that Breath of the Wild was the first game that came out officially, and obviously it was on the Wii U as well. And so we have a funny story about that. We did not get our Switch console when we were supposed to. We pre-ordered it like 6 months before it was supposed to come out. So obviously it came out March 3rd, 2017, and 6 months before that we pre-ordered it. And the launch date comes and Amazon still didn't send our console. And so of course I was on the phone with the lady at Amazon, and I was absolutely screaming at her. I was like, "Where's my console?" And I got the manager on the line, and I completely screamed at that person as well. I was like, "Where's my console? I spent $300 on this console, and where is my console?" And so, of course, the manager pretty much gave me a $60 credit, and I was able to get the Wii U version of Breath of the Wild for free. Yep. Because it was their mistake. You know, this was supposed to be in our hand by launch day, and so I was playing that for a couple days.
Yeah, because I bought you the Breath of the Wild.
She bought me this version
for the Switch for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
We had that game, but just no console.
No console, so that's frustrating. It reminded me of when I had a Mario 64 as a 10, 11, 12-year-old, and I had no N64 console. So this is now the second time that Nintendo has kind of let me down a little bit on that.
Yeah, well, this was Amazon.
This was Amazon more than Nintendo, but yeah.
But now at least we have the Wii U version and the Switch version.
We have both versions. So the lesson is, at the beginning, it's always tough to get a console at launch, and so you have to kind of just hang in there. So now we have the really nice Explorer's Guide with it that has a little strategy guide and everything. It's really, really cool. So this is our upgraded version. We're going to talk about a little bit out of each of the launch games. So we had Yoku Island Express is a really cool pinball game for the Switch. I do love that game quite a bit. Another game that came out very, very early on that was only digital and later came out also physical is I Am Setsuna. So this is actually the Japanese version of it. It's very much like Chrono Trigger. Very, very fun game. We have Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. So this is a game that's a roguelike game. So basically you go through the dungeon, and every time it's a little bit different. And then we have...
This is an early 1-2 Switch. So we did not buy this. This came with another... we got it with another Switch that you bought from somebody.
Yeah.
And because this is not something that we would have normally bought.
Right.
I think it really should have been like a demo.
It is like a tech demo, basically.
It's not the greatest game.
Right.
But at least, you know, we have in our collection, and you try it out for like 5 minutes and you're good.
Yeah, so 1-2 Switch is more like a tech demo. It's like you can kind of try out these different little games that all work with the Joy-Con, and so there's like one with shaking ice cubes, and there's a wizard challenge where you're basically trying to shoot each other with your magical powers. Yeah, so that one is, you know, I never bought that at launch, and we ended up getting it for basically free. And so, yeah, that one is okay, but I would say, you know, for what they wanted back then, I think it was $50. Yeah. I think that was way overpriced for what it was. I
still think it's like going like around 30 or something right now.
Yeah.
It's still kind of crazy.
Yeah. So next we have a game we played together a lot.
Yeah, this one is really fun. Snipperclips Plus. This one is so much fun with two people, like kind of like a puzzle kind of. You have to do together. And it's just really cute. You just use like the scissors. And
use the scissors to kind of like cut each other and like make these little shapes that you can use to. It's almost like physics-based puzzles. Yeah. Like you're jumping on each other, and you have to make the shapes connect together to fit a certain groove. And then if you do that, you go to the next level. And so really, really fun to play together. And that one was digital at the beginning, and then obviously they came out with the physical later on, which has kind of been the trend with Nintendo Switch games as you go with a lot of these indie developed games.
Yeah, and then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So this is just
the most popular game on the Switch.
Of course, Mario Kart is usually the most popular game on any of Nintendo consoles. And it's just like, this was the, they had this on the Wii U.
They had the regular version Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. And then, of course, this was the game that everybody, at launch, there weren't really that many great games, and so everybody was waiting for this game to come out. So it was 2 or 3 months later we got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yeah. And so, of course, everybody was playing Zelda, and then when they announced this version, everybody was just waiting because the launch was really kind of a slow window. It was like a slow 6 months or so with not a lot of games.
Yeah.
So we were still playing the Wii U a lot, the 3DS a lot, and we're kind of waiting for all these titles to come out. And so there were a lot of great titles in the first year. We also had Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This is a very cute game from Ubisoft Milan, and it has great little characters from the Rabbids series. And it's actually a really fun little turn-based, more like strategy-based game. So that one was really great. Then one of my favorite games came out later on, which is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And so I sunk in, I would say, at least 200 hours into this game. And we actually have the collector's edition as well. So then we have Yooka-Laylee. This one is very much like Banjo-Kazooie. This came out a lot later, but also, you know, it started out digital and then later on you had the physical for that.
Okay, an early release was ARMS, and I think you got this a little bit later though. I don't know.
I did. I waited a little
early.
while. I remember seeing like the Nintendo Direct, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that at some point. And I didn't get it right away, but then I did get it, and I was like, wow, this game is amazing. Really cool to use the Joy-Cons and, you know, the whole boxing thing. Very innovative. I'm surprised they haven't made a second one yet, and so I think a lot of people enjoy that one, and it's a fresh IP from Nintendo, so I think a lot of people enjoyed that one. So next we have SteamWorld Dig 2. I absolutely love the SteamWorld games, and so this one was the second one in the series. Pretty easy to beat, but I would go back and play it again in a heartbeat. It's just super, super fun, and yeah, it's a cool little puzzle adventure game.
And then Splatoon 2. So this one was really anticipated. We have Splatoon on the Wii U,
Yes.
and we were waiting for the second one, and this one's a lot more fun. Like
It is more colorful, and it just, you know, it plays really well. They got great campaign in there. They had the Octopath, basically an expansion for that as well. And so that one did really well, I think, commercially. And now we're obviously on to the third one. But they did their first expansion on Splatoon 2 with that one. And so that game was super fun to play over the years. Great single player and also great multiplayer. You can play that game for thousands of hours. It's so much bang for your buck. It's amazing.
Yeah, that one's a lot of fun. Very bright colors.
So then another really early one was that Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Yeah, got the big box here.
Yep, so that one comes with a keychain with the little Tetraminos in there. And
it's a Sega game. So
it's a Sega game. This one a very early one, and then obviously super fun to play in 2 players. So really enjoyed that one. Because obviously at the beginning it was a little struggle trying to find games that you liked, and it wasn't like now where there's thousands of games on the eShop and there's hundreds and hundreds of games physically. You know, there was maybe like a handful of games and that was it, and so very slow start at the beginning. But so now we have another one that was digital first, and then we got later on, which is I think still a very heavy hitter, which is Hollow Knight. This one is phenomenal. I mean, if you like Metroid series, get this game. And you know, digital is pretty cheap, but now the physical is going up in price a little bit because I think it's out of print for the most part. So then we have another Tetris puzzle style game, and that is Soldem, Drop, Connect, and Erase. There's another very early game for the Switch, and played it a couple times. Not phenomenal, just okay. And so that one's all right. We have Pixark. This is more of a survival style, Minecraft style game. And so I haven't really played this one too much, but I've heard good things about it. And then we have one of the games we absolutely love.
So we do have Cave Story, which we bought on the 3DS first. So I bought that on the 3DS, and then they ported to the Switch. This is such a beautiful collection here. Has like the little instruction booklet. This is awesome.
Little mini CD soundtrack, I believe it is.
It looks like a little GameCube disc in there.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, it's really cute. I mean, they did a good job with this, Nicalis.
Yes.
And I love how all of these games have the double-sided covers. You're not seeing that too often these kinds of games.
Yeah, Nicalis has like just so much love for their people that collect for them, and the first print of most of these games is just gorgeous. Like usually you have a really nice Nintendo style manual, and the cover art is gorgeous.
Nicalis and NIS, I find they put a lot of time in their artwork and into the games.
Speaking of which, so we have another one that came out close to launch, and that's Tiny Barbarian DX. And so this is another one that came with a bunch of really awesome goodies. So this one has a little bag, and inside is actually like a keychain with the bee and the barbarian riding the bee. So this is cool. I mean, where else do you see a little game like this that comes with all these little goodies? This is amazing. So you got the Nintendo style manual in there. You have the reversible cover art. I mean, this game is absolutely gorgeous. So this only came in the first print version of it. So you'd have to be there at the time and get it, because right now if you go and try to find these, they're not very easy to come by anymore. So.
Yep, and we have Disgaea 5 on the Switch, and again it's NIS, and that one has the cover art as well, double-sided. So this one also is available on the PlayStation and later, but it was an early release for the Switch as well. And then we have Rayman Legends. So if you know the Rayman games, this is all music, platforming, fun stuff that I cannot do, but you always play. I like to watch.
Yeah, that one's super fun. They have like all these they have a mariachi level. They have like they kind of like mix up a lot of very well-known music titles, and they add the whole Rayman vibe into it, and so it's super fun to play. Another one that came out digitally first, and then later on we finally got like a very complete edition.
Shovel Knight.
Is a Shovel Knight treasure trove, and so that one has like 4 or 5 different games in there. Yeah. And that one has like the original game, and then it has all these little, I wouldn't say expansions, but like you can play as like the different characters in the Shovel Knight universe, like the king and all the other like basically all your adversaries you can play as in that game.
And this one you can use the amiibo.
Yes, you can use the amiibo support. It's a wonderful version of the game. So then we got 2 more to go. We have Koi Explorers Edition. So this one, a lot of people are comparing to Mario 64. It's a 3D platformer. Obviously not the same quality as Mario 64, but fun to play, and it was one of the early titles in the Switch launch window. And then a game that unfortunately is now one of my least favorite games, and that is Has Been Heroes. So I bought this. This was my second game on the Switch I ever bought, and I probably played this, I would say, for maybe I'm going to be generous and say an hour, because I played this, and it's a roguelike, but it is brutal. So I could not make any progress in this game. I played it, and I was like, I really don't like roguelikes.
I still remember. It's like etched in my memory when you were playing that and getting frustrated.
So I played this for like maybe 20-30 minutes at a time, made no progress, started again, and I was like, I cannot make any progress in this game. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going back to Zelda. And I'm not one of those people that easily give up. Like, I will play brutal games like Sekiro and Dark Souls. But I was like, this game is really not for me. And so I hope they've patched it, because I would love to go back and play it at some point. I have not popped it in since launch.
Speaking of Zelda, that kid on there looks a lot like Link.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so we wanted to add one more title to launch window. That was probably the second or third game. Yeah, the third game I ever bought for the Switch in 2017, and that was Super Bomberman R. So this game is wonderful. We absolutely loved it. Short game though, up to 8 players, so you could actually play this together, and you could actually play it in tabletop mode, which is really, really cool, up to 4 players. And so this kind of kept me going. I played this and Zelda until Mario Kart came out, and so now they have the sequel to this, R2, and it's like $20. And so I want to say thank you for making this game to hold us over between all the other titles, because if there was really nothing else at that point in time, and so I was very happy to have this game. Okay, so now we're gonna go through real quick all the games we have enjoyed playing or our favorites in the last 7 years.
I would say some, because there are so many games on the Switch that we absolutely love. So this is just some of our favorite
the tip of the
games.
iceberg. So we're gonna go through real quick. So we got Lacrimosa of Dana, Wise 7. Wise 8. This one is phenomenal. Then we have my probably favorite game on the Switch, this is a very hard decision, but Octopath Traveler, Wayfarer's Edition. This has the pop-up book. Phenomenal game, worth every penny on the collector's edition.
Okay, and then I have two. I collect the Adelaire, the whole series, so I couldn't find on the PS4. So I have Adelaire Lulua, got that on the Switch, and Adelaire Nelki. So these are very expensive on the PS4. So just so I can have them for my collection, I added them with the Switch.
Okay, so now a game that we both absolutely love.
Oh, yes.
I would say this is in our top 5 favorite Switch games of all time.
All console games. I played
yeah.
on PS4 while you were playing on the Switch.
And that is Fairy Tail. And so this is just like the anime, but it is a turn-based RPG.
Awesome.
Gorgeous graphics, phenomenal music. Follows the anime a little bit.
Yeah, I love the anime Fairy Tail, and then this is just like it's.
If you like anime games and this is a Koei Tecmo game, get it. It is probably going up in price. It has not really dropped in price. It's still very expensive. I would say it's in the $70-$80 range, and there's no collector's edition. It's just a standard edition as far as I know. Okay, so now we got the latest Zelda collector's edition. So this mammoth-sized collector's edition is for Tears of the Kingdom.
So mammoth.
Oh, you almost can't even see Lulu over it. Yeah, and so this is phenomenal. Obviously, we got this last year when it came out, and so we wanted to show that off. So now we have another game I absolutely love in the Pokemon series, Arceus. This is different than all the other Pokemon games because you have a capture mechanic that's completely different, so it's not as turn-based. You still do the battles, but not as much. A game we both absolutely love, which was a port from the Wii U, which they added the Bowser's Fury content in there, is Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. We both love this game. It is like basically our favorite Mario game on the Switch.
This game is great. It is an exercise game, but it is one of the best exercise games I ever played. I played Just Dance, and I tried out these other crazy exercise games, but Ring Fit, this is an early release, and it is so much fun. I mean, it comes in this big box, so you have that, and then you have the ring, and then you have the straps that come with it. And it is an RPG that you actually do exercise to. And it's actually a hidden gem, because if you want something that you're going to do exercise to, but you do like to play RPGs, you get that, and the exercises are actually really good. And
I know,
really
they're actually kind of strenuous.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Wow, this is not
and
like
trying to
stuff
fight these monsters while you're doing like crunches and everything. It sounds funny, but it's actually
a good implementation of like of a Nintendo game, actually. Yeah. Okay, so now we have a game that came out very recently and was a remake of the Super Nintendo game, which is Super Mario RPG. We've beaten this on the Switch, we've beaten it on Super Nintendo, it is phenomenal. We have the Collector's Edition of Link's Awakening, I just wasn't able to pull it, but yeah, we absolutely love that game. It's still one of my favorites. It was one of my most anticipated titles on the Switch, and so yeah, that one is phenomenal.
Okay, I am very much into detective games, so I got this Agatha Christie. It's a really quick play. I love it, it was a lot of fun, and I'm always looking for these detective games. And as well as the Alfred Hitchcock Vertigo. This is a beautiful game. It's the entire collection comes with artwork, and it is so much. It was a really fun game. It follows the movie and everything, so it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so now we have a game that we have to import from Play Asia, which is Final Fantasy Collectors, the collection 1-6 collection. So this has all the pixel remastered titles in there. It is one of the most sought after Final Fantasy games, especially on the Switch. It is the most sought after game, and so very happy to get this. This is a birthday present. We also have Shin Megami Tensei 5. I think the best Shin Megami game on the Switch. There's only 3 and 5. 3 is very difficult. 5 was very difficult to beat as well, and so but the new engine with all the new monsters and is really great. So we enjoy that quite a bit.
Okay, and I have one of my favorites is 2 Point Hospital. This game, even though it does crash a lot on the Switch, I'm not sure why, but I absolutely love it. I was addicted to this game. I think I was playing it even through these crashes. I was just like, I don't care. I really love it. I love this game. It got a little hard, so I'm not finished with it yet, but it is still a fun game. It is available on the PS4, I think, as well. And then Dragon Quest Treasures, which I just started, but it is really a fun game, so I have to go back and finish this. This is such I mean, if you love Dragon Quest, you like Dragon Quest Builders, Dragon Quest games, you would love this game. This follows the same, you're like searching for treasures and things like that, so it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so now we have a game that I waited maybe 5 years for. So this was on the PS4 for a long time, and I was like, wouldn't this be great if it was on the Switch? And I waited, and maybe 2 or 3 Nintendo Directs for them to finally announce Persona 5 Royal on the Switch. And so we got this on launch. It has the steelbook, and it has a slipcover, and I went back and played all the way through it, got everything, all the good endings, and was super satisfied by this game. So it still remains one of my favorite games on the Switch. We have Pokemon Sword, another game that got at launch. Phenomenal, very deep catalog of Pokemon you can collect. And that one has a really great engine, great music. That one is probably in my top 2 favorite Pokemon games, and there was a lot on the Switch. Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. This game has phenomenal graphics and it has a very anime style presentation. It looks like you're playing a platformer with a very cartoony style, and this has everything in there. It has the stickers, and it also has the instruction manual. Very, very cool addition of that. We talked about Shovel Knight. That is still one of my favorites. And then of course we have Breath of the Wild. Can't forget about that one. So definitely, that's all my favorites that I can show right now.
Yeah, I'm sure you have a lot more. Yeah. So right now, I am playing another code, the Recollection. So this just came out in the last month. I absolutely love this. We have the first one on the DS. It's called Trace Memory, and we got that for a good deal. I think it went up in price. But this game is so clean, crisp, and if you like, it has some puzzles here. There's a great story. It just it's like a comfortable game and cozy game to play. And then so far, my favorite game on the Switch is Dragon Quest Builders 2. I think I was addicted.
Yeah, you were.
And we're kind of stuck at one part right now, so I can't
race
even
or something
finish.
like that.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is about this game. It's just there's building, there's a little fighting. It's just so cute. The story is great.
The music.
There's nothing boring. You do not get bored in this game. I haven't played the first one yet, but I know that the second one, it's just awesome. So I would say that so far is my favorite.
All right, so I know that was a lot of games right there. Leave us a comment. What is your favorite game on the Switch that you've played thus far? And what games are you looking forward to in the rest of the Switch's life cycle? So obviously we're in the 7th year. I think this might be the last year. Until next year they might announce a successor. And so let us know, what is your favorite game, digital or physical? Leave us a comment down below. And so that will be it for this video.
Don't forget to subscribe and like if you haven't already. And we look forward to seeing what's coming from Nintendo in the future for the Switch or the next console that is coming out. Let us know what you think. What do you think the next console is going to be? Or what do you think is going to be coming up for the Switch?
All right, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.